Hi there, I'm Ryan Kennedy, Director of Instruction here at Oakmont Country Club. I'm here with Logan Scott, who is the lead instructor. And this right here is our Player of the Month, Mr. Justin Mooney. And Justin is the Player of the Month for his short game. When he first came to see us, he was a decent wedge player, but since then he's really taken it to the next level. He's like wedge man extraordinaire. So we're going to talk a little bit about how he does it and what he's found to take him really to that next level. So Justin, if you would, tell us a story about your trip to Bandon recently.
Well, I mean, I went to Bandon Dunes. It's a links style golf course. It's very tightly mown, and I was able to take my game, my wedge game, from here to there and hit those same kind of shots using bounce and using the angle of attack. I mean, one particular shot, I'm more or less hitting onto a tabletop. Beyond is a very deep bunker. In front of me, it's just going to roll to my feet, and I had no grass under the ball. And I was still very confident that I could hit that shot. The caddy handed me the putter. I said, oh, I don't like putting these, I want to hit a wedge. He again handed me the putter. I said, no, let me hit the wedge. And I hit the shot. And I was very confident that I could, and it didn't even feel like this was a difficult or spectacular shot. It became very routine, and I hit them all weekend, and it was great.
Just the norm for you, just making money hitting wedge shots. I think he was the money winner for that trip to Bandon. So let's take a little closer look at the technique that Justin's using to hit these wedge shots around the greens.
Here's a quick look at some of the basics of Justin's setup that are making him very, very successful. First, noticing the lower body, really pretty much stable, centrally located. You know, we don't want to be leaning too far that way, and we definitely don't want to be leaning that way. And Justin is very, very equal, which is great. Another aspect of this setup is if you notice where his sternum is pointed, it's slightly ahead of the golf ball. And so you can see shoulders there, sternum, might even be there. Now this is going to help create the low point just after the golf ball. If his sternum was pointed behind the golf ball, you know, back in here, then that's where the club would hit the ground. Obviously we'd have some trouble. Now as far as the stroke itself, what you will notice as he goes back and through, take a look at just the lower body. Very, very quiet in nature. There's a little movement, but it's definitely not the lead like we want it to be in the golf swing. So just a tiny bit back, tiny bit through, but it's really reacting to the motion of the upper body. When hitting these pitch shots, you want the upper body, arms, even hands, to be the lead, and the lower body follows. If you look at just the hands themselves, you'll notice on the takeaway, just a little bit of wrist hinge, and then on the release, a little bit of wrist hinge as well. Not overdoing it, not underdoing it. We don't want it frozen, just a little bit of each. Here's Justin hitting a couple different shots that really helped him to win the Glendale City Championships this year in his flight. This shot here was about 30 yards, and as you can see, it just nestles it right up next to the hole. This next one we're going to look at, the green is actually downhill, running away from him, and yet you can still see the ball check hard right here. Boom. Checks up, sticks nice and close. Great shot. Now, let's take a look at how the wedge interacts with the turf. Notice the ball up in his stance, definitely not back, which would create a chopping motion. There's the wedge coming in nice and shallow. Let's look at impact. Clips it wonderfully. And then notice at the end here, he doesn't even leave a mark. Nice and shallow, no divots.
As you can see, Justin's got quite the wedge game now, and we're very proud of him, and he's done a hell of a job and worked his butt off to really take that wedge game well and beyond where he started at. So thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you around the club. And congratulations, Justin.
Thank you very much.